Okay, in our first example video, we're going to use inductive reasoning to extend a pattern. So remember, inductive reasoning is a type of reasoning. It reaches conclusions based on a pattern of specific examples or past events. So here we're looking for patterns that we can extend and conclude what the next term in the sequence is. So we're looking for a pattern. If we start with 88, then we are going down to 82 and down to 76, down to 70, down to 64. Do we notice a pattern? Is it decreasing by the same amount in some way? So let's see if we can find a pattern there. All right, if we're going from 88 down to 82, we are subtracting 6. If we're going from 82 down to 76, we are subtracting 6 again. So a pattern is emerging. Let's see if this continues. If we're at 76 and to get to 70, we can subtract 6. Then if we have 70 to get to 64, we are subtracting 6. So using inductive reasoning, we can see that a pattern exists where you are subtracting 6 to get to the next term. So our next term, if we follow that pattern, we can predict that we would take 64 and subtract 6 to get the next term in the sequence of 58. All right, let's take a look at another sequence. So here we are increasing. We're going from a 3 to a 5 to a 9 to a 15 to a 23. At first glance, it does not appear that we are increasing by the same amount. You also could consider multiplication. Multiplication is another way to increase. But let's see what we are increasing by and see if there's a pattern. To get from 3 to 5, we are increasing by 2. To get from 5 to 9, we are increasing by 4. So far it's not the same pattern, but let's see if any other patterns exist. If we're at 9 to get to 15, we are increasing by 6. So far I can see that we're increasing by 2, then 4, then 6. So let's keep going and see what happens. If we're at 15 to get to 23, that's an increase of 8. So our increases seem to have a pattern. We're increasing by 2, then 4, then 6, then 8. What can you predict using inductive reasoning that the next increase will be? I predict that it will increase by 10. So the next term in the sequence, we are predicting using inductive reasoning that if we take the previous term, 23, and add 10 to it, that 33 will be the next term in our sequence.